Been a minute since I've been rolling non-stop. Got me praying a lot more, cause everything and anything is all that we got. Yo. These days I've been living and giving it all to God. And then I just get off the radar. Don't wanna talk, I see you later. Cause I don't be trusting nobody. No. And that's how I feel. And they lie to your face and they tell you it's real. No. Oh Lord, I will say forgive them, no.
On yesterday's show, this is what Fàbregas had to say ahead of Wednesday's game against Huddersfield. I think the biggest regret maybe this season has been up front, not taking our chances. Oli Giroud is helping us a lot in certain things that maybe we were lacking. The most important is he's scoring big goals, which is what we ask, especially me as a midfielder. This is what we want. The strikers put their chances away and make the team win points. Stevie, your point of view yesterday was he's just complimenting Giroud. He's not necessarily giving he's not having to go at Morata. Do you agree?
No, I think he's clearly having to go at Morata. I mean, there's nobody else. Batshuayi is a younger player, is a squad player who's now gone on loan to Dortmund. He's praising the Frenchman. And he's basically saying, this guy hasn't cut the mustard up front, and if we had somebody banging the goals in more regular, we'd be in the top four at least. And so, he's backing a Frenchman over his fellow countrymen. I think it's quite clear. No?
I don't see it that way at all.
So who's he having a go at?
Why is he going to turn around and have a go at Morata now?
Right, so who's he talking about?
You've got a cup final coming up next week.
He's not bothered.
Why is he having a go at Morata now? I don't see it that way at all. I think he's answering the question and saying that Giroud pretty much has done well, and they hadn't been scoring goals, which they hadn't been.
Because of Morata?
Well, he's part of the reason they haven't been scoring goals, but that doesn't necessarily mean that Fàbregas is coming out and saying, oh, by the way, it's Morata's fault.
So if you're Morata and you see those quotes, you haven't got a problem?
I don't think so.
See, for me, I think if he stops and saying Giroud's given us something that we didn't have before, we could put that down as a big physical presence, somebody who holds the ball up, somebody who's better with his back to goal. But then once he continues and says he's scoring big goals, then, I mean, as much as it's applauding Giroud, I think it's having a little dig at Morata at the same time.
Yes, but I don't know what it is this week, but you've got some sort of Morata loving.
Shaka, if I come out, right? If I come out and if we're losing a lot of goals, right? And I come out and say, well, we're losing a lot of goals. Are you automatically going to say, hold on a minute, he's having a go at me?
No,
you're the goalkeeper.
No, but if another goalkeeper comes in and you stop letting in goals and you say, well, we've stopped letting in goals now because things are better at the back.
Morata's not the only guy who's played up front apart from Giroud. They've tried Hazard, they've tried other players, they've tried Pedro.
Because Morata's been awful.
Accepted, Stevie, but the parallel I just drew, without there being a change, it's not similar at all. It's not a similar scenario at all.
I don't see how he's pulling Morata out.
I tell you why,
he's telling the truth. One of the problems they've had has been up front.
Which is where Morata played before Giroud came in.
That doesn't necessarily mean oh, by the way, it's his fault.
So who's he having a go at?
If they've got half the amount of goals this season as they had last season, then clearly the problem they've had is putting the ball in the net.
So when Olivier Giroud comes in, things have basically, paraphrasing Fàbregas here, things have picked up. He scored some big goals for us. If we'd been doing that earlier in the season when Olivier Giroud wasn't there, it's a dig at Morata. It's a clear dig at Morata.
So he's not just praising Giroud?
It's a bit of both. It's both.
Jules, what do you think?
So you want it both ways now?
Jules?
I think it's a dig at Morata. I think it's a bit of a dig at Eden Hazard as well, who, hasn't done maybe as well as he should have done. And coming from Fàbregas, who, has had a very average season as well, I'm not sure he's the right guy to open his mouth and be very critical of the forwards in his team. But I have to say, I think Giroud has done well since coming over, and I can see the difference between Giroud in good form where he is now, and when Morata was starting and not playing well before Giroud arrived. So I would agree with Craig and Shaka on this one.
Oh, Stevie.
Hold on a minute, you just threw Hazard in as well. You just said he was having to go at Hazard, Julian.
I think so.
You just said he's not only having a go at Morata, he's having a go at Hazard as well.
Yeah, both of them.
Wow. Who else can we throw in then?
You're
Hey, let's throw, who else is playing up front? Pedro. Oh, Pedro, aye, absolutely, aye. Villian, it's Villian's fault because he gets taken off after 70 minutes, so that's his fault.
I think when you bring in a striker from, Real Madrid and Juventus, it's played at both those clubs, and he's played in the Champions League final, and he's a Spanish international, and he's not cutting the mustard. I think there's only one person that's been aimed at, really. Of course, Hazard's played through the middle, and it's not been suiting him. Well, you're the only one.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing. Morata has not been great.
Obviously,
I don't think he's pulling him.
Well, you had him in the team. You had him in the team earlier in the week.
Obviously, we'll talk about this more in the lead up to the cup final. Just quick, who would you have up front, Morata or Giroud, for the cup final?
For the cup final?
Yes.
Listen, Giroud at this minute in time is in better form than Morata, but I would seriously have to think
Hold
about
on. It was how many days ago? Where's the tape? How many days ago you sat here and argued with me that Alvaro Morata would start ahead of Olivier Giroud? What's changed? What's changed in 3 days? 3 days?
He's got selective hearing.
I like how Stevie says, well, Giroud's in better form, but I'd have to think about it really hard.
Well, I would.
Well, have a good think, Stevie. And this is what the SBI has to say about the cup final.
I think Morata's a man for the bigger occasion.
Yep, he's proved that.
Morata and Willian. For Chelsea to win, Hazard has to score, Hazard has to assist, Hazard has to pass, Hazard has to dribble, Hazard has to do everything. What the hell you are there for the squad for? What nonsense! Why are you taking the wages? To perform, to support Hazard, to score some goals. Morata, disgrace. Awful. He can't even hold a ball and you are expecting Sarri ball. A striker fucking 75 million striker can't even hold a ball and you are expecting Sarri ball. That is the problem. Honestly speaking, I can hold on to my shit more time than Morata can hold on to the ball. I can control my shit more than Morata can control the ball. That has 15 appearances in the Premier League, 5 goals. Look at our rivals, Aubameyang. Lacazette, boom, goals he's scoring. And look at our striker. And we are expecting Sarri ball to approach. And people are blaming Sarri, it seems, for this loss. What Sarri can do? What Sarri can do when a striker can't score?
Giving me a lot of grief about Morata. And he's fair, and his criticism is fair. Today, I genuinely thought he was the worst player on the pitch, without a doubt.
Well, with Morata, I always feel like you see his body language on the pitch. He always seems to be a player that looks frustrated, whiny. Like with me, the thing that's always seemed to annoy me about Morata is the body language. Like when he goes for the ball, he will drop on the floor like a deck of cards in the wind. When he gets possibly the smallest touch from an opposition player, he's on the floor clutching whatever body part he got touched with.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that seemed to irritate me about Morata. Literally just his body language.
But do you think people that defend him say that's because he's coming from the Spanish league? BS or fair point?
Diego Costa came from the Spanish league.
This is true.
You've got, with me, this is possibly the biggest example, Qarabag away. We were 3-0, 4-0 up when we brought him on. He missed how many one-on-ones? You can even go further back and say Bournemouth away. He missed a couple one-on-ones in that game. Atletico Madrid away, he missed a one-on-one. Granted, he scored with a header, but he was one-on-one the keeper and he put it wide as well. This is bar the Stoke game and the Bournemouth game where in the cup. Nearly every time he's been seen to be on a one-on-one, especially for many others, especially in the last 10 games. It's more or less a given that it's not going in.
Morata is terrible. I'm sorry. I wanted him off at half time. He was that bad.
I agree.
All he did was just lose the ball and drop on the floor. Dropping on the floor. He probably dropped on the floor like 11 times, 12 times.
Do you think it's time to give Giroud a run out over Morata?
Definitely. I wanted Giroud to start today over him. Sorry, he's not good enough. I think Jack was saying Jack or Jay saying it was either 3 months since we last seen Morata score a goal. He's been terrible. And yeah, at the start of the season he came out brilliantly, but he doesn't seem to have the fight in him. Like, we've gone from players like Drogba, players like Diego Costa, who fight from the first minute to the last, to Morata, who just drops on the floor with a simple 50-50. He hasn't got it in him. He hasn't got the fight in him. And I've said so long, Morata has all the talents in the world to be one of the very best. It's up here that the problem is with him. Mentally, he doesn't go in for the tackles. He doesn't go in like he wants the ball. He drops on the floor, looks for fouls. He complains about a small sort of injury. I've seen him 3 times, 4 times on the floor, clutching something over a simple 50-50. He needs to fix up. Because right now it's looking like we paid £70 million for a striker who doesn't know what the hell he's doing with his feet. Really?
Hi, it's Olivier Giroud. Restez à la maison, sauvez des vies. Et surtout, soyons solidaires.
I'm Josh Hart from New Orleans Pelicans. Stay home, save lives. We're all in this together.
Fique em casa, salve vidas. Juntos somos mais fortes.
Bli hjemme, redd liv. Vi er alle sammen om dette.
Hold deg hjemme, redd liv. Vi er sammen om dette.
Stay at home, save lives. We're all in this together.
防疫在家，我们共度难关。
อยู่บ้านหยุดเชื้อเพื่อทุกคนพวกเราทำได้
Keep the blue flag flying high.
Stay home.
Save lives.
We're all in this together.
Come on, you blues.
Quédate en casa, salva vidas. Estamos todos juntos en esto. ¡Vamos! ¡Vamos!
Ở nhà, chống dịch vì cộng đồng.
Hello guys, I'm Dan in
Stay
the
home,
UK.
save
Stay
lives.
home and save lives.
Hello from Soldiers supporters in India. Ina tumla nun sa timro. Kankan wazwa kanpete.
Hello from Chelsea FC Supporters Club in Aleppo City.
Stay home. Save lives. Hello from Beijing Supporters Club in China.
Hello from the New York Blues in the USA. Stay home, save lives. We're in this together.